Alright, my bad, we back. So I was streaming with the GoPro, but for some reason it cut off, so now I'm streaming with the iPhone. Did I make this video private? Public? I gotta wait till all y'all. It was a bunch of y'all in that stream. Now I gotta wait till y'all jump back in here. There we go. Hey, good evening. My bad, sorry about that. What up, Marley? So spicy, yo. Oh my gosh, it's so spicy. Ooh, this shit's so hot, it's gonna burn my asshole tomorrow, yo. Whew. What's up, everyone? How's it going? How was Easter? Easter, I'm gonna tell you what I did today. I woke up hella early today. Kind of like, you know, just hung out, chilled, did some random stuff, and then I went for a bike ride around 2 p.m. because it was so weird. It was 2 p.m. and I haven't left the house yet, and I'm thinking, I gotta at least go for a bike ride or something, right? So I went for a bike ride. And then after that, I, you know, like went by the grocery store, then came back home, took a nap for a couple hours, woke up, felt amazing, and then started doing my hair because, see, the crazy thing is, like, you guys notice, like, maybe you guys don't notice because I don't post every day, but like I always wear my hair up. It's been so many days where like I literally wear my hair up, right? And I'll wear it up to the point where I'll just wake up with it like that and I'll wear it all day and I don't even touch it like all day. And then I'll go to bed and like take my shirt off, put it back on, and like I don't even move it. Like it's in the same position, right? But then whenever I put it down like this and I turn my head, I notice that like it's like tight and it's like it does weird shit. And what it is, it's like the new growth coming in. So for the past like 3-4 hours, I've been in the mirror like crocheting my hair. So it's pretty dope. So I get like all of this side basically done. Like the crochet from the roots, like I got it all done. So like this side's good. Like I can do it. Move it around, it don't do shit. But the other side, I can't do that because if I did it on the other side, it would be a lot of hairs. Like, it would be a lot of hairs, bro. Like, mad hairs. Like, popping out. Because then once you get, like, really close to the root, it's like, I don't know, it's like an art, yo. Like, I think it's so dope because, like, I'll take a piece of hair and it's just, like, all wrapped out, you know? And then you, like, twist it and you make it tight and then you crochet it. And then all of a sudden, it's, like, all, like, legit. People talking about bald spots. How long is your real hair now? My real hair in the top is getting, like, really fucking long. Like, it's insane. I usually don't have it in my face. I think it's really weird when I can see it. Like, when I can look out and see it, I think it's weird. But for the most part, I always have it, like, away. If I'm on the bike, it's never in my face because there's so much wind in my face that it always blows. Which is kind of crazy. But I never really wear it down. I always wear it up. Favorite thing about traveling in Eastern Europe? it's like you draw a lot of attention, but it's like a lot of positive attention. You know? You mentioned Ren and Snippy, and then you disappeared. Oh, my camera died of your hair. Don't do the same hairstyle with dreadlocks. Change it up, you'll get bald spots. What do you mean the same hairstyles? I know 49 colors. People have said that a lot. It's weird, like, dude, dreadlocks is like it's like a whole nother community. Like, I push you, yo. If you want to get dreadlocks, you should get them. Like, you should. It's a whole community, yo. It's so awesome. How is the coronavirus over there? Coronavirus, I don't know. Would you ever shave your head during quarantine? I don't know why I would want to shave my head during a quarantine. I mean, it's one thing if I'm a doctor, that'd be a reason to shave my head, but like, just to randomly shave my head in a quarantine, why would I want to do that? Ooh. I'm about to go ahead and, I'm gonna do some crocheting while I'm talking to y'all, why not? I wish I could like show y'all exactly what I'm doing, but it's kind of hard, and it's kind of hard to show you, and it's hard to explain to you what I'm really doing. Don't take your B12 don't forget to take your B12 as a vegan. I get plenty of B12. So I eat nutritional yeast, and then I also drink Monster energy drinks. And I know what you're wondering, like, what does Monster energy drinks have to do with B12? Oh, I'm working on this dreadlock. I'm working on this one. Monster energy drinks have B12 in it. So if you drink a Monster every day, that's like 2 daily servings of B12. But I don't usually just get it from Monster. I usually get it from nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is it's 100% vegan, and it's legit. So I take a multivitamin, but I don't take it every day. I don't take it every day because I would say one thing I'm probably missing in my diet is possibly protein, and I'm not eating enough beans. But when it comes to like vegetables, I want to say I'm eating plenty of vegetables. Because like, that's what I eat like all day. Today, have I had vegetables? Today I actually have not eaten so healthy today, because today I think I've only had pancakes, and then I had the vegan chicken nuggets, and I'm gonna have some white rice. Can you do another shopping haul? I'll do one, yeah. You guys want to do another shopping haul? Nutritional yeast is good as cheese substitute. But yeah, nutritional yeast is good. Is Monster Energy vegan though? Yeah, it's vegan. Ooh, I just got a message on my phone. Break-in at restaurant. 1017 Market Street, and I know exactly where that is. I'm just thinking, why would they want to break into that restaurant? Like, what they gonna get out of there? I got work tomorrow, but I'm here. I got work tomorrow too. I need to check on my rice. I first saw you from Hugh video. Oh, really? That's cool. I haven't did a Hugh video in a minute. I liked Hugh, but then the problem with Hugh was like, it made my stomach bloated, and then it also did weird things to my jaw. because I'm so used to chewing food. And then when you eat Huel, you don't chew food. So like, this is dreadlock life. You do stuff like this. You take this needle, and it has this hook on the end, and then you just go in and out for like hours. Sorry, I'm checking on my rice. Oh shit. The rice is almost done. Dreadlock life. So what's up? What's good? Tell me a story. Anything? What's going on in y'all city? What's going on that's crazy? They're probably bored for breaking into that store. I first saw you in Albania. Oh, you saw me in Albania. That was before I had red hair. I'm just wondering, like, what would it be like if I was there with red hair? Probably be the same shit. I miss Eastern Europe, dude. Why aren't you sleeping, man? Yo, cooking rice, that's late. Well, the reason why is because I took like a 4-hour nap earlier. So I think I'm going to be awake for a minute. Yeah, I took a mad nap earlier because there's like nothing going on. You know, with Easter Sunday, a lot of the grocery stores were closed. So I was like, I'm not going to work today. My city has the highest. You must be in New York because that's the city with the highest, yo. New World Order is coming. Yeah, Seattle and San Fran is like on the same page. Miami, Mary got the virus. He was probably at one of them freaking parties on South Beach. What country you visit had the hottest girls or guys? I think probably Israel or South Africa has the most attractive people. Yeah, I think one of those places have the most attractive people. Spending Easter. Supersize me. 2 holy chickens on YouTube. Do they tip? Who tip? Who tip? What is what? I mean, what is what, right? What is what? You ever meet any girls or favors when you're delivering food down low? No, I don't. Especially not now, because now you don't see the people when you deliver food. You just like, usually you just leave it at the door. No, so that doesn't work. And then anyway, like, I don't know, I don't think they really want to hang out with the food delivery guy. You gotta think, like, maybe in other places, like, if you're in Texas, like, it would be cool, but, like, in the city, like, no, it's not really cool to hang out with the food delivery guy. Do you think remote work will be the future? Yes, I think for sure, dude. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, I don't think these tech companies, I don't think a lot of these people are going to be going back to work, yo. Well, I don't think they're going to be going back to the office. They're still going to be working. But they're just going to be working from home because, I mean, they've already been working from home a month from now. And it's working out. It's working out. You know, maybe you can't have all the meetings in person, but think about it. You don't need all the meetings in person. Why do we have to protest? I'm just curious. I think protesting would be a very bad idea because then that would give them a reason for the military to come out. And if the military came out, guess what? Guess what? If the military came out and it was people protesting, you know how easy it would be to grab all the people protesting? It wouldn't be like a normal day where you have normal people in the city. You have people walking, going to work. You have people just going shopping. You have people living life. No, you have cities on lockdown. So if you're out doing a protest, you're not out because you're just walking from work. You're walking from the coffee shop. You're not just out because, no, you're out because of the protest. So if they start a protest, if you ask me, it seemed like that's like the perfect recipe to scoop people up. Just because how easy would it be, you know, to scoop people up? In South Africa, more people got killed by the military than COVID last time I checked. Are you for real? The military been killing people in South Africa? Dominican Republic doesn't have cases of Rona. It wouldn't surprise me. Yo, Jermaine, you're worried about earthquakes living in SF? I mean, this will be a really bad time for an earthquake in SF. Because I'm not going to lie, right now, SF numbers is looking pretty good from the Rona. Like, it's looking really good. Like, they did things very well. But that can change. Like, what if an earthquake happened? And you have a lot of people running out on the street because their buildings destroyed. And you have people helping other people because people are hurt. And then you got the Rona spreading. I was here since you had a fade. That was a minute ago. I wouldn't go to China right now. I mean, they kicking out Nigerians on the street. I think Nigerians are going to be the superpower of Africa very soon. I think definitely Nigeria is going to be the superpower of Africa. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Another country you guys should really pay a lot of attention to that I don't hear no one talking about. I don't hear no one talking about this country. And you know what country this is? Mexico. Pay close attention to Mexico, all right? Listen to me. Pay close attention to Mexico. And I'm not talking about the wall, and I'm not talking about the cartels. I'm talking about things that are happening in Mexico. So since Trump, I know a lot of y'all don't like Trump, but since Trump started the trade war, you know who has benefited the most from the trade war? Mexico has. Mexico has, yo. It's been more companies moving to Mexico, moving from China, going to Mexico. Moving from China, going to Mexico. So Mexico is one that's one I would kind of pay attention to. I mean, yeah, they got the cartels, but the cartels was really big a couple years ago. I don't know if the cartels are as big today as they were a couple years ago. Because you got to think, like, whenever something happens, it stays in people's minds for years, okay? It stays in people's minds for years. So, like, people always think that, like, Brooklyn is so dangerous. But no, actually, Brooklyn is not. Like, it was dangerous back in the day, but it's not. Same thing with Oakland. People think Oakland's so bad, it's so bad. Well, not so much today. Like, back in the day, like, Oakland had a bad rap, you know what I mean? People say things about Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii's so expensive, it's so expensive. Well, yeah, 10 years ago, Hawaii was so expensive, but today it's not that expensive. San Francisco right now. San Francisco, yo. People say San Francisco is so full of homeless people. It's so full of homeless people. Well, today there's a lot of homeless people in San Francisco. But in 5 years, in 10 years, it may not be as many homeless people. But people will still think of San Francisco as the place where a lot of homeless people, you know? So sometimes you can look at a place and be like, you can think bad things about it, but maybe that was the situation years ago, you know? Trump just signed an executive order to pay your rent. Don't talk about politics. What do you mean don't talk about politics? You must be super American if you don't want to hear me talk about politics. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and talk about politics, but when I hear somebody say don't talk about politics, that let me know that you don't know a thing about politics. And that's your way of telling me, hey, I don't know anything about politics because I don't want you to talk about them. That's what that means. So don't go around telling people don't talk about politics. If someone is talking about politics and you don't want to hear about it, don't tell them don't talk about it. What you do is you just change the conversation. You just change the conversation. But when you tell someone don't talk about politics, that's just letting them know that you're telling them, look, I don't know shit about this. Don't make yourself look so vulnerable, you know? Jermaine, what is your perception of people? Predictions of people. Do you think predictions of people also will be the same? Yeah. Can we change the conversation? I'm so sorry. Can we change the conversation? Really? Why should we change the conversation? You can't handle this conversation? Once again, like I'm not sitting here talking about politics, but you just letting me know that you don't. Jermaine sound drunk to anyone else. I'm not drunk. I'm just sitting here playing with my mop. And people don't want to hear me talk about real stuff. Let's talk about basketball then. Let's talk about other stuff. Who's your favorite basketball player? Like, for real, we don't have to talk about real stuff. I mean, I try to keep it 100 all the time. Ivan Iverson. Who does he play for? The Lakers? I'm so dumb. I'm so un-American when it comes to sports. Let's talk about your dreadlocks. I love dreadlocks. They're amazing. So what I'm doing right now, I want to know if I can... Let me see if I can show y'all what I'm doing here. Okay. So if you look closely, that's not a good one. That's not a good one, but like, okay, if you look at the base, there's a lot of new growth. It's a lot of new growth right here. It's all right here. And what I want to do is I want to take this and twist it. Twist the crap out of it like this, like so. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but like I can feel the difference because it's in my head. You want to take it and twist it, and then you want to take the needle. Once again, this is a 0.5. Very, very important to have a 0.5 because if you use a 0.75, it'll literally break your dreadlock apart. But then you just take it, you stick the needle in there, and you just go in and out. You want to go in and out, and you want to twist, and then you want to take the needle every once in a while, and you want to pull it completely out, and then you want to stick it back in. And what you're doing with this is you're taking the hair, and with this little hook on the end of the needle, you're taking the hair and you're just pulling that bad boy in and out. I haven't counted my dreadlocks, but I think I have like 70. That's my guess. What about my rice? My bad. I'll be right back in 1 second. I'm trying to grab my rice. Alright, the rice is good. That's a lot of dreads. What's happening? What's going on? Which country would you rather? I don't know what country I'd rather be in. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe some English-speaking country, UK or somewhere. No, I can never comb this out. No way. I cannot comb this out, bro. I'd be breaking combs. I lost my crochet hook. It's like in my hair somewhere, but it's in the back. No, it's on the side. Having hair is fun, but it's work. I need help telling my parents I'm gay. Just tell them. Be like, hey, mom and dad, I'm gay. I remember when you said you went to a Jamaican guy and he asked you if you want dreadlock extensions. Yeah, that was in South Africa. Yeah, I was in South Africa. I love the hair, Rasta man. I don't plan on going into the Middle East anytime soon because don't know how I'm gonna get there. Don't know how I'm gonna get there. Just found out how you can save money on flights just using a VPN. Yeah, you can, but the thing about flights right now is, I don't know, maybe you're not aware of the current situation that we're in right now. Whoa, did someone say spoke, do you miss Israel and helping your fans? I do miss Israel. Israel's fun. Freaking amazing country. I don't know about traveling. It's weird. Like, I miss it so much. In May, you will be able to fly again. I really hope so. I really hope so in May. I'll probably do South Africa next. If I can go, probably the first place I go to is South Africa. That's what I'm thinking. Jermaine, you are handsome, brother. Oh, thanks. Do that hair, you should buy a boat. Why'd you stay a long time in North Macedonia? I stayed so long in North Macedonia because it was chill. I met really awesome girls. Had really good vegan foods, inexpensive. They like Americans. Man, it was a good country. Beautiful people. I had to dump my girl because she was liking you too much. Really? Don't tell me that. Man, I thought you were gay for the longest. People think I'm gay, but like, I like girls. Like, honestly, I do. I do. I'm very gay friendly. I will admit that I'm gay friendly. But I like girls. Yeah, I do. I mean, dudes try to talk to me, but like, I don't like dudes, yo. Like, I don't like dudes. I just don't get it. And then the dudes that always try to talk to me are dudes that have never ever like even like been with a girl, and I'm like, really? You've never been with a girl? Like, how you know you don't like girls? You know? I'm like, girls are freaking awesome. Like, they're the best damn thing in the world. it's mostly because you're vegan. So, you know what? This is something that I'm glad you I'm glad you said that. Budget tools. It's mostly because you're vegan. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that up. Because this actually brings up another point. This is one reason why I like to date more when I'm traveling outside of the US than I like to date within the US. Because of this thing right here. Mostly because you're vegan. So this is one thing I've figured out. Veganism is not my friend when it comes to dating. Because most women around here, or most women I meet around here, like, veganism is a turnoff. Even if they are vegan, it's almost like, if I'm vegan, it's almost like a turnoff to them, you know? So when I do travel outside the country, and I meet people from other countries, they don't really care so much about it. Like, they don't really care so much about it, you know? They don't. So I can kind of feel you on that one. I can kind of feel you on that one. I remember that time you hitchhiking. Oh gosh, hitchhiking in freaking Swaziland. It's freaking insane, yo. What a freaking life, right? Why don't you go to college? Because I don't want to go to college. I went to college. Like, I don't want to go. Like, go to college for what? Like, I don't need to go to college. Like, I can think for myself. I can think outside the box myself, like, already. And going to college, like, that's not going to get me a job. That's not going to, I mean, I would learn some things, but it's not going to, college ain't the answer. How are you going to retire? If you asking that question, that lets me know that you don't even know who I am. So go watch some of my old videos and you'll figure out how I'm gonna retire. Like, I'm gonna retire in like a couple years, by the way. Like, in a few years. Like, some people are gonna retire in decades, but I got a plan on retiring in a few years. So you don't know me. You don't know who I am. You judging a book by its cover, and that's a bad thing to do. Don't judge a book by its cover. Because you think I'm a goon, but no, I'm not a goon here. I'm not. But that's what I want you to think. That's what I want you to think. I want you to think I ain't shit. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing it all, you know. I like to do things subtle. I like to do things quietly. I like to do things and make you wonder, damn, when did he pull that one off? You know, that's kind of how I like to do things. So, DoorDash bought caviar. That's so old. They bought caviar a minute ago. I thought that they would merge them, but they haven't merged them yet. I'm retired at 44. I'm 47. I have to get up in the morning. I don't have to get up in the morning. That's cool. That's cool. But my retirement strategy is a little bit different. I mainly just want to like have a couple $100,000 and then just go live outside the U.S. and like work and travel for like years and live off of the savings and then live off of living in expensive countries, and that's basically my strategy. I know people who've done the strategy I want to do at 40 years old. I know plenty of people who've done it at 30. At 30. I know people right now I know a guy who's 33 years old. He's my age. He's already retired, yo. He has 300. He showed me his account. He had like $335,000 like in his Schwab account. And his strategy is to live in cheap Asian countries and live for under $1,000 a month and actually make that money. Not even live off of the money that he saved up to live off of, you know? So it really depends on It really depends on what your perspective is of retiring too, because some people want to retire and they want to have a big house in the U.S. Some people want to retire and drive a $80,000 Cadillac. Some people want. It really depends. Like I don't want to retire with a big house, and I don't want to retire with no Cadillac or no cars. You know. So my retirement goal would be a whole lot easier than someone who needs, cars and houses and all that. I just want, passive income paying me. And I'm not talking about passive income from something that I've produced. I'm talking about passive income from cash that I have. Because passive income from something that I produce, that's a whole nother income stream. We got to separate these two, Vehicles are just more bills. They are, yeah. Yeah, I'm not materialistic, and I'm telling you, like, when you're not materialistic, it's kind of easy to pull off some things. Because everybody else buying stuff to look good, and everybody else buying stuff because it's new, and you could live off the interest, but what if you wasn't living off the interest? What if you was still letting the interest stack up? Because maybe you volunteering, or you're teaching English in another country, or you're doing something else, I'm telling y'all, the world is yours. The world is yours. You just have to go out there and inherit it, okay? Because right now, every day I'm around here, I'm inheriting the earth, yo. I am. I'm using my resources to the fullest. And I'm coming up, Do you ever fight a bum? No, I ain't never fought a bum, not yet. But you know what? If I gotta knock a bomb out, I knock a bomb out, yo. Imagine Jermaine with 3 kids on his stream. I don't know. Would you ever get married? I would love to get married. I would love to freaking get married. I would love to have a freaking partner. You guys got no idea. I would love to have a freaking partner so bad. It was a chick in Macedonia I was talking to. This is a chick I was talking to after I left Macedonia. And we were talking about, like, getting together, but marriage will ruin your life. Not if you find somebody who on your level. And with a lot of men, what they do is they meet women who aren't on their level. That's where a lot of men mess up when they get married. A lot of men will meet that really hot girl who is actually maybe a step above them, Or maybe dudes get a girl that's a notch below them. And that girl that's a notch below them keep talking them out of doing things that they really want to do. Have you ever messed around with escorts? I've actually never messed around with escorts, yo. I don't. I've always told myself, you should fuck pros, but I never really did it because it's very interesting why I never really messed with prostitutes. Because it's not organic. That's why it's not organic. It's not organic. You don't win a girl's heart. You don't. You don't. You just give them some money and you get what you want, but you don't win a girl's heart. And then another thing about a prostitute, everybody be fucking a prostitute. They do. So if you with a prostitute, it's you don't know who's else been with her. But then if you with one chick, you can go down on her, and be feeling good about it versus I'm not going down on a prostitute, bro. Hell no. But if it's my own chick, yo, man, I'd go down and give her a hit for an hour, bro. But a prostitute, hell no. Maybe I'm talking too much here. How about a BJ from a prostitute? I'm cool on that. That doesn't turn me on. Doesn't turn me on, yo. Yeah, prostitutes are it's not organic, yo. Like, I'm sorry, but it's not like, it's not that real thing. I mean, it's plenty of prostitutes out there. I mean, I'll keep it real. Like, I think before I would sleep with a prostitute, I think I would much rather be down to sleep with a porn star before a prostitute. Because at least a porn star is somebody like you fantasize over a lot, you know, probably. And then at least a porn star probably hasn't had as much sex as a prostitute. Because a porn star, maybe they have sex like once a day, but a prostitute, man, it might be about 20 times a day they had sex. It's so much fun, like crocheting. As long as you don't stab your finger. Like, I love it. It's like, it's funny. What country had the baddest woman so far? I mean, I think probably Macedonia. But that's just gonna be because that's the last country I came to that I was in, that I had a blast in. I'm just gonna say that, but like, that's a question I really can't exactly answer that question because I haven't traveled in a minute. Is it safe to drop a big bowling ball on my head? Do you smell cigarettes? I don't smell cigarettes. Why do you ask? Are you like outside the door or something? Ooh, I got a really good piece right here I'm working on. What's the weirdest place you've been? Maybe Nicaragua would be the weirdest place. Nicaragua, EAU. Ooh, that's a good one right there. Every now and then I can grab like a big piece of hair and it's like this big. And then I make it like this big. Make it super small. When you're gonna go to Vietnam? Vietnam was actually the country I was gonna go to before all my trips got canceled. So I was gonna do Vietnam, Thailand, and then Vietnam. But I definitely want to go to Vietnam now because the situation in Vietnam is not that bad. I've actually learned a lot of interesting facts about Vietnam. How like Vietnam is taking advantage of the China-US trade war too. How about the story of the girl who kissed you and the guy had the monkey on his shoulder? Yeah, that was in Nicaragua. That was an insane story. That girl, her name was, they used to call her Stinky. I thought she was cute, yo, but I thought she was cute, but like, she kind of threw herself apart, you know? I wish I got to see that chick. She's definitely in the hippie zone. It's one reason why I miss traveling. Like, I miss those free people, those happy people, them hippies. You know, I miss it. Because, like, around here, it's not like that. Like, it's a struggle, yo. City's a struggle. Like, I'm not struggling, but, like, I see struggle. You know what I mean? Do you personally know anyone with coronavirus? I personally don't. You're making me itch. You have thought about getting a haircut? Just a friendly question. No. Don't. I kind of thought about thinking, no, I don't want to get a haircut because I love having hair. I love having hair. It kind of sucks when it's raining though. Why don't you attend a church? So actually, I attempted to go to a church in the Mission District like a couple of years ago, and it was I don't know. I went and I felt that it was like I thought it was like a Facebook type place, so I didn't go back. And it was like the last time I went to church. I was like, man, this feels like a tech company, you know? It don't even feel like a church. Like, are they even praying to the same God? Or are they praying to like Mark Zuckerberg or some shit? You know, check on the rice. I already cut the rice off. Basically, I just need to put the rice in a bowl and put it in the refrigerator. This is my rice from like 3 days ago. But you can't be cooking rice. You can't be cooking stir fry with rice that's 3 days old. Good. What's happening with the dispensaries? They're struggling for, I don't know if they're struggling for product. I think they're struggling for customers. How is your day, man? My day is fantastic. It is. I like banged up my knee like a week ago, so my knee's been hurting. And this week, I really haven't worked that much this week because my knee's been hurting. But it's kind of nice when you're like, oh, I'm hurt, I'm just gonna chill. And when you're not in a situation where like you're hurt and you still need to go out and work and you still need to make money, like that's a whole different situation to be in, you know? So like this week, I've kind of like not really been working that much. So it's kind of been a slow week for me. But I want to say today has been like the best day because I didn't work at all today. And I've just been off of my leg today. So it feels like even better than it has felt like any day this week. So that's good. That's good. That's amazing. Can't wait to see you traveling again. Me too. I mean, I've already talked about what I think is going to happen in the future, but I think people just don't want to hear it. So, don't really want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, I think the restaurant industry is going to shift out dramatically, for sure. I don't think the restaurant industry is going to be the same way. But the a restaurant is actually one of the hardest businesses to start, if you think about it. Like, it's so difficult to start a restaurant. I mean, people have done it, and they've done it and made it look easy. And some people have even opened up restaurants, and it has been easy. But restaurants itself is just not an easy one to pull off. it looks easy because you just go to a restaurant, you order your food, you eat, you know, you pay your $30 and you're like, oh, that was great. Why can't everybody open a restaurant? But like, restaurants are so simple. And nightclubs aren't so easy either. Nightclubs are gone, bro. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but like, they gone. I can tell y'all a lot of things that's gonna be gone, but I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to bore y'all. Because people calling me gay again. Any single gay guys out here? I'm bored. Oh, you wasn't calling me gay, my bad. I just saw gay pop up there and I thought someone was calling me gay. You up early? I'm up early when I'm up late. You eat plain rice by itself? Interesting. So I need this rice for tomorrow. So I could just make the rice and just put it in the bowl and just have it for tomorrow. Or I can make the rice and have a little bit tonight and then have some for tomorrow. So that's the plan. Eating out of the eating out in the U.S. is expensive. Stores are gonna have less tables. I already said that, yo. 5-star hotels are going too. You know what? No, I disagree with that. I think 5-star hotels will actually stay. What I think is gonna go away is a lot of hotels under 5-star. And I don't think they're all gonna go away, but I think a lot of them are gonna go away. And what do I think a lot of them could be? Well, a lot of hotels can be converted into housing. It could. However, it would only make sense in certain places to convert hotels into housing. In Manhattan, no, it doesn't make sense to convert hotels to housing because eventually it'll come back. But maybe parts of Brooklyn, maybe parts of Queens, maybe parts of maybe different boroughs in New York. Maybe the tourism won't come back there. You know, so like, that's why I'm super optimistic about this. Like, it's really bad. There's a lot of bad things, but there's also going to be some good things that come out of this. And there's also going to be some things that come out of this that we didn't expect and we didn't see coming. And that's what I'm optimistic about. I'm optimistic about the things that I can't see today. And I'm just hoping that these things I can't see today will be better for tomorrow. I mean, this is really what I'm hoping. You know, I'm really banking on this one. I could be wrong, but hopefully I'm not. Come on, man, spill the beans. Spill the beans. Man, I can see your view about more sidewalks and bike lanes and now. Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell y'all something else that's very interesting. Like, gosh, where do you get your glasses from? I'll put a link in the description below. And it'll be $20 off if you use the link. But the glasses, they're from Blenders and they cost like, they're like $60. They don't cost that much. And they're all free shipping. Give us some suggestions on how to spend the $1,200 stimulus check. One thing I would say, if you're getting this $1,200 stimulus check and you're saying to yourself, I'm not paying rent, I'm not telling you not to pay rent, but I'm also not telling you, basically I'm not telling you to pay rent and I'm also not telling you not to pay rent, right? I'm telling you to do whatever you want. But one thing I would do if I got the $1,200 is if I could, I don't necessarily think that I would just not pay my landlord. Okay? If I did want to take that option, I would make sure I want to save all the money that I want to pay my landlord because this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at this situation right here. What if this situation lasts for 2 months, right? And you don't pay rent for 2 months? Well, when everything goes back to normal, the landlord is gonna want the money, okay? The landlord's gonna want the money, right? But within 2 months, you haven't racked up that much debt within 2 months. But what if this deal lasts for 4 months? That's gonna be double the amount of debt that you're gonna rack up in 2 months. So if we're knocked out of commission for 4 months, that's gonna be way more debt to rack up. But then let's say that you get a government stimulus check, and let's say that they give us another one, and let's say they give us another one, let's say they give us another one, right? If you choose not to pay rent because you technically don't have to pay rent, your landlord would probably know, this person's probably getting us a government stimulus check, but then you're still not paying rent. In that scenario, what I would do is just not give the money to the landlord, but keep all the money, right? Because let's say we're in this scenario where, okay, after 4 months, things go back to normal, right? After 4 months, things go back to normal and you didn't pay anything. But now you don't have any money to even pay because you took all the money that the government gave you and you just spent it, okay? In that scenario, you could be screwed. But let's look on the flip side. What if you're in this scenario where you didn't give your landlord any money, but you kept all the money and you just stacked it and you just saved it? And now 4 months go by, you get your job back, okay? Your boss call you, hey, we about to open up the factory. We about to open up the shop. We about to open up the restaurant, right? You get your job back. And now you can pay all the landlord the money. And then you can have your job back, you back to normal, right? But what's gonna happen to a lot of people, bro, is they're gonna get the money from the government and they're not gonna pay their landlord just because the government came out and said you can't evict people. Well, you can't evict people today. That doesn't mean you can't evict people when things go back to normal. So you're gonna have a lot of people get that money from the government, spend that money, and not pay rent. And then they're gonna dig themselves into a hole. So that's kind of how I see it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. This ain't financial advice, but basically what I'm telling you is don't dig yourself into a hole. All right? Yes. Will saving it be doing all of us a favor? Well, it really depends on your situation. Like, some people are still working and some people are not working. 4 months, we won't survive another 2 weeks. You know, I'll tell you something that's kind of scary. I don't know if this is the media doing this, but something that I saw on the mainstream media that was a little disturbing. This could be the media is doing this to get into people's heads, but also the media could not be doing this. I'm thinking of the media. Maybe the media didn't do this to get into anybody's head. Maybe the media just did this. But I saw something in Texas where they had this food bank that usually gives out about 300 meals a week. And this week, like 10,000 people showed up. And it was a meme on Facebook that was going around. And this meme was, look at all of these $30,000 cars picking up food from a food bank. And it really made me think for a second. It really made me think, damn. People are driving $30,000 cars to go get food. We must be in a real bad situation. We must be in a real bad situation of people driving $30,000 cars to go pick up food. I get it. A $30,000 car is not that impressive. A $30,000 car is a typical car, right? But I'm thinking, dang, yo, that ain't good. I don't think they're freeloaders. I don't think those people are freeloaders, yo. I think those people are actually broke. The U.S. now have more people beyond their means. Yeah, they are broke. And this is why I see more bikes being a thing. This is why I see more bikes being a thing, because I was watching something online earlier today, and they were talking about how they're interviewing the CEO of Walmart. The CEO of Walmart was talking about the different types of items that people are ordering. And they were talking about how, like, the first week of a lot of the major lockdowns, people were ordering things like food, frozen food, food, like perishable items, like they're things to eat. And he's like, now, week 3, week 4, more and more people are ordering things like board games and grooming products and hair dyes and stuff like that. Like they're just ordering different things, and it just goes to show how you keep people locked down for so long, they're gonna need different things, you know. People are broke. Most of us don't like in the city. Yeah, you're right. Most people don't live the city life. Of course, they're broke. They're paying their rent, their car insurance. Yeah, I know. That's another thing about people that don't live in cities. They have things like car insurance, and they have things like registration, and they have things like they have things to pay for that they're not exactly using right now. Okay? That's what a lot of people are paying for with that $1,200. So, someone who lives in Texas, they're gonna have to pay their car insurance. They're gonna have to pay maybe their registration when that rolls around. And to a lot of people, that's gonna be rolling around. You have to pay that extra money to the state every month. You're also gonna have that, and then people are also gonna have things like car payment. Okay, maybe you got a car payment, but then you have people in the city that you don't have a car payment because you take Uber everywhere. But then you're not taking Uber because your office is closed, so now you're not spending any money. Like it's just different places. Yeah, we're all in the same boat. Like there's no different. They say the economy is gonna open up next month. What's up with the pretty face? What, do I got a pretty face or something? Or you see someone else with a pretty face? Hello from Yorkshire, England. You in Watts? Watts, that's down south, right? That's in the great state. I'm definitely investing, but don't know what I'm investing at the time. I don't know. I want to invest more into stocks, but I want to wait for the market to go down, because with a 20% unemployment rate, I can't see the markets only being down 13% right now. Any opinion on 5G? I mean, I hear a lot of people saying 5G is causing the coronavirus, but I mean, I just have a hard time trying to believe that 5G is causing the coronavirus. I mean, there is a lot of 5G in New York, though. And New York is the epicenter of the U.S. I don't think that there's no other city in America that has more 5G than New York. There is 5G in San Francisco, but there's not that much 5G here. Not like New York. And I don't think 5G is everywhere in New York. I think it's only in certain places. Silver is super cheap right now. Silver is always cheap. I think in the start of a depression. I think we are in the start of a depression. I mean, I don't mean to be negative, but I think we are in the start of a depression. And then you also gotta think, coronavirus has been around for years. Like, coronavirus is not new. Coronavirus has been around for decades. And 5G has not been around for decades. So when people say that, like, 5G is coronavirus, I mean, maybe the wavelengths can have weird effects because the 5G wavelengths are very powerful. I mean, I'm not saying that they're powerful enough to kill people, but there are people out there that are saying that they're powerful enough to kill people. There is no 5G in Staten Island. Oh, really? But then also Staten Island is not exactly the city, you know? I love Staten Island, yo. I love Staten Island. If I come back to New York, maybe I'd go live in Staten Island. Or if the real estate values crash. Because Staten Island is like California, if you ask me. It's very hilly. It doesn't have that whole New York get in your face vibe, you know? I mean, but if you want to get that whole New York in your face vibe, you can get it in Staten Island, but like, it's not exactly... I like Staten Island a lot. Like, I like it a lot. I get why people don't like Staten Island, because it's not like the city, but I like it. I could deal with it. I wish I could explain to y'all what's going on when I make this face, but basically, like, I have new growth that grows into another dreadlock, and I have to break it. And it's usually like one strand of hair, and when I break it, like, I can just feel it. And it's like, it's that dreadlock life. I did a retwist like a month ago. My hair is growing crazy right now. Like, my hair is growing like crazy. Like, I did a retwist like a month ago, and I'm already doing another retwist. Like, that's your locks too. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you have other hair growing in your other hair, you have to pull it out, and it hurts. Like, it's like I kind of don't want to pull it out, but then if I don't pull it out, like, I know it's not right. You know? I like the Trump, so I cannot be a Republican when everyone seems Republican handing out money. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about Republicans handing out money. It's not handing out money, it's an advance. That's what it is. Like, a lot of people think that $1,200 is free money, but no, it's an advance for your taxes next year. And y'all know what an advance is. You know what an advance is? Okay, so check this out. Whenever you listen to your rappers, these little rappers be coming up, they get advances all the time. An advance is like when they go sign a contract, and the contract is worth like $1 million, but the advance is gonna give them 1% of the money. So the advance is gonna give them like $10,000 now, like today, but then they're gonna get the actual contract will kick in later on down the line, and that's when they get the rest of the money, but they get a 1% advance right now. That's basically what they're doing to the American people. But you don't hear people talking about that in the mainstream media. You don't hear people talking about that. You just hear people talking about $1,200. But what they're not telling you is that money is in advance. Like, you got to pay for that money next year. And when I say you have to pay for that money next year, it's kind of biased that I say you have to pay for that money next year, because it's going to come out of taxes. So, like, you're going to pay for it, but you're not really going to reach into your pocket and pay for it. You know? Good night from SF. Oh, you taking off? Good night. I'm in SF too. No, it ain't free. Now, some of the small businesses, that money will be grants. So that money will be free. But that's with stipulations that you got to hire all your employees back. And the trick with that is you have to hire all your employees back. So let's say after a couple months go by, you have employees that found another job. Well, you can't hire them back, right? Because they found another job. So that money won't be a loan. I mean, that money won't be a grant. It will be a loan. So, I mean, you will have to pay it back. because you got to keep the stipulations, and the stipulations is you got to hire all your employees back. So some businesses gonna get, probably all businesses are gonna get burnt on that. You know, all businesses are gonna get burnt because everybody working for some small business is gonna find another job. You know, do you camp while traveling? I don't. I know people that do. That is one way to save a lot of money if you're traveling, is camping. But that's a whole different way of traveling. Like, I'm the type of person, I got at least a computer, a camera, and stuff like that. I don't want to just be camping because I want a safe place to keep my valuables. So that's why I don't do a camp. That's why I don't camp when I travel. Ooh, this one's looking good. This is one of those new locks, but like it had a lot of fuzz in it, and now that fuzz is going away. They should at least give 2,000. So I know a lot of people are talking about Canada and how Canada is giving $2,000. But one thing I need to point out about Canada, because I've been following a lot of black YouTube channels and they've been talking about this. But what a lot of black people that follow them black YouTube channels don't know is the Canadian dollar and the US dollar are not the same. So when Canada gives their citizens 2,000 Canadian dollars, that's not equivalent to 2,000 US dollars. I don't know what the Canadian dollar is right now, but the Canadian dollar is not one to one. The Canadian dollar is lower than the US dollar. So when they give 2,000 Canadian dollars to their citizens, they're actually giving them a lot less than $2,000. And something else about Canada that a lot of these black media outlets are not telling you, because they're using that $2,000 number to get into your head, to make you feel angry about Trump, to make you feel angry. Another thing about Canada, majority of things that Canadians buy come from America. And when they come from America, it's priced in dollars. So when you give your Canadians 2,000 Canadian dollars, a Coca-Cola in the US costs $1, but a Coca-Cola in Canada, I don't know for sure. So $2,000 is $1,435. $1,200 in the US is more valuable than $1,435 in Canada, because a lot of the things that come from Canada come from the US, and they have to pay tariffs, and they have to pay duties, and they have to pay shipment and stuff like that. So the $1,200 that we're actually getting in the US is actually more valuable than the more money that they're getting in Canada, because they have to get the things from the US. Like, they don't produce a lot of stuff in Canada. They don't. Like, Canada is just like Australia, yo. Like, it's a rich country, but they I don't know. They're not like Australia. Let me take that back. Australia is fucked in its own way. Like, I love Australia, but like it's I don't know. Australia's got a sad case. It's really got a sad case. Like, you're an English-speaking country. You have very similar lifestyle to America. You have very similar freedoms to America, but like, your economy blows. Your economy sucks. You're basically an Asian country that speaks English, but you're white people. But you're an Asian country because you're based on tourism. Like, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about Australia in that way. I don't want to talk like that, but I need to do my dishes. I need to do some dishes. This so much rice is stuck to the bottom of this pan. Y'all like this angle? Daruma, Australia. I'm not in an Airbnb, I'm at home, bitch. So much rice. So much rice down there. I don't think you had a home. So what if you don't think I had a home? I have a home. I think everybody has a home. Even homeless people have a home. It's that city you from. That's home. It's that country you from. It's that place you call home. I'm going to blame Trump for everything. I mean, that's what people are starting to do nowadays. Like when I go on Facebook, I promise you half of the posts are talking about Trump. Like half of them are talking about Trump. And I'm thinking, how is Trump not gonna win? Like half of my Facebook posts are about him. Half of my Facebook posts are about one person. Just think about that for a second. Half of my Facebook posts are about one person. Think about how powerful that is. Think about how powerful that is, yo. Half one person. How is he not gonna win? Okay? How is he not going to win? Like, that's all free marketing. Free marketing. If you say bad things about him, that's equivalent of saying good things about him because you're still thinking about him. He got you on your brain. You're on his brain. Like, think about that. Think about that marketing, yo. I don't think a lot of people think this way because a lot of people think of him and they just want to hate him. But don't just think about hate. Don't just think about hate because I know a lot of y'all people out there are religious. I know a lot of y'all people out there pray to God every single day. And what God don't teach hate, right? So stop hating. Stop teaching hate, okay? But just think, like, this guy is insane. Like, he is literally crazy. And he's coming up left and right. Like, coming up left and right. And people aren't even, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not. But guess what? I cannot be blind to what's in front of me. I can't be blind. There's a lot of people out there that are okay with being blind. There's so many women out there that know that their husband is sleeping with someone else, but they won't admit it. They'll just keep going with the flow. It's a lot of people in this country like that, okay? It's a lot of, what I'm doing, I'm trying to wash this pan. That's what I'm doing. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like I don't like Trump. Like, he is a loud, obnoxious motherfucker, bro. But for me to just continue to lie to myself and say that, like, I'm not gonna lie to myself. Like, I'm not. Like, I live in the most democratic city in this whole country, and I love freaking San Francisco. I love it. I love it. It's amazing, yo. But, like, I just can't keep lying to myself. I can't keep hating on somebody. Like, God damn it, yo. Believe it or not, like, he actually didn't crash the economy. He didn't crash the economy. This fucking Chinese virus did. Like, he didn't do it. Like, economy was popping, yo. Everybody had a job. Now people ain't got a job. But it wasn't his fault. Like, he didn't do it. And I know a lot of people gonna say, well, he responded differently. I don't know, bro. He probably did respond differently. Shit, everybody respond differently in America. Let's blame Rocket Man. You voted for Bernie Sanders? I don't know. Just when I saw that Bernie Sanders was not gonna be running for president, I was just like, I just said to myself, I said, oh my. I mean, I totally knew he wasn't gonna. I knew he wasn't gonna make it because of the heart problems. You know, when he got sick, I knew for sure, no, he's not gonna get it. No. Because, I mean, to be a president, it's a very stressful job. I mean, did you guys see what happened to Obama when he was president? I mean, did you see all the photos of him before he was president? Like, he had no gray hair. And then, like, just into his presidency, he got, like, gray hair like crazy. It's because it's a freaking stressful job. And can Bernie handle that job? I don't think so. I mean, I think that Bernie's a good guy, but I think he's old. I mean, I think Trump's old. People don't like this topic. Okay, we can talk about something else. Bernie did have a good heart. But Bernie also had a very unusual past. And also, I'm going to tell you something else very interesting about Bernie. I know some people may think this is funny. Some people may not think this is funny. But check this out. 4 weeks into socialism, Bernie quit. 4 weeks into socialism, Bernie quit. I'm going to repeat this one more time. America, we went 4 weeks into socialism. Because right now, this is socialism that we're in. This ain't a capitalistic society. This is socialism. Bernie quit 4 weeks into socialism. So I'm just going to say that, right? He quit. Right until we went into socialism. Right until we started doing this shit, this lockdown shit. Bernie said, I'm out. I'm about to go back to my house. I'm going to chill, me and my wife. Bernie said, I got to go. I can't handle it. I can't handle this. He said, this what America going to be like? Oh, no, I got to go. I got to go. Bro, I noticed a lot of stuff. Like, so a lot of people ain't going to the mainstream media ain't going to tell you that either, you know? Because the mainstream media actually want you to like Bernie. That's the thing about it. The mainstream media want you to like Bernie. But now who the mainstream media want you to like? Not Bernie. They want you to like Biden now. But people hate Biden. I have driven a Tesla. I've driven a bunch of Teslas, actually. I used to be a valet. Boring job. I don't want to do it anymore. I say valet with a V, like you drive people's cars. Tesla drives you. Trump cut my food stamps. Yeah, Biden's not gonna win, yo. I mean, Trump's definitely gonna win because Biden. You just look at his business practices. That lets you know he ain't gonna win, yo. And once again, Trump already got all this free advertisement. So once Trump starts to spend money on advertisement, he's gonna blow Biden out of the water. I mean, check this out. Trump can literally go on TV. Trump can go on Twitter, and that's free advertisement for Trump. It's free advertisement, bro. And then check this out. A lot of people gonna think I'm crazy, but like, Trump could actually not necessarily save the U.S. economy, but he could really actually make it balance, yo. I really think he could actually make it balance. With this made in the U.S. type shit, he can make it balance, yo. Especially the situation that we find ourselves in right now. Like, we are already in a trade war with China. You got more Americans that's like, fuck Chinese restaurants. They ain't even going to Chinese restaurants. Eventually, I believe, I don't know. I'm not going to say that this is going to happen. This is something I wish that could happen. But I don't know if this is going to happen. But this is something I wish that could happen. I wish that it would be a push for American people to say we want products made in the U.S. I would love to see this happen, but I don't know if this is going to happen. But it could be something that could definitely be in the Trump line of things, you know? Especially with his supporters, because, like, I like to read code, and I pay a lot of attention to Trump, and I pay a lot of attention to the things that he's saying to his supporters. And the only thing I can read why Trump would be once again be calling the Chinese virus is I'm thinking he's trying to talk to his supporters. That's what I'm thinking. And if he can talk to his supporters enough, his supporters will be demanding American-made products. And that would only trickle down to the Democrats, right? And once the Democrats start wanting American-made products, oh, it's OV. It's OV because... But the thing is, if that actually happened, we wouldn't be the same country because we wouldn't have as many items to choose from. But if that did happen, once again, we wouldn't be the same country. We wouldn't have as many items to choose from, so our country would look different. We wouldn't have so much cheap Chinese shit in our country. We wouldn't. We would have more American-made goods, and we would have more European-made goods. We have more goods made in Mexico. Goods made in Mexico are basically on par with American-made goods, you know? It's the same continent. So, you know, like I said, I look at this situation, and I'm very bullish about this. In the short term, it's going to be dirty. It's going to be nasty. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. People are going to die. But the whole aftermath of this could be... It could be really good for years on, you know? So America has too many changes in leadership. You know what? Do you think Trump will get the second term? Hands down. It wouldn't surprise me if the U.S. had a president for life. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but if you look at China and Russia, they have presidents for life. In the U.S., that is a problem. That's a big problem in the U.S. because when you have a country like China that has a president for life, what a president for life can do is they can just wait out an American president. You're in office for life. You can just wait out Trump for 8 years, right? And then after 8 years, then you can implement what you want to do. Then you can push America, right? So I really think America needs to adapt a president for life. I mean, it's really bad. It's not something that the Western world wants to hear, but when you're looking at countries that want to compete with your freedom and your power, sometimes you have to stoop to their levels, you know? Which is not very American because we want to pick our leaders. And if you have a leader for life, that's not picking a leader. Nighty night, Alex. Y'all getting sleepy? Y'all going? Y'all taking off? I'm talking about presidents for life over here. People like, peace out. I should not have slept all day today because I'm wide awake. And I'm probably going to edit a video for you guys tomorrow. So what do you guys want to see? I did another review video on the bike. You guys, should I edit that tomorrow? Push that out tomorrow? Or should I have another video? I can't remember what it was. It does sound like a dictator. A president for life. It is a dictator, basically. You know, honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I may be crazy on this, but Tesla could actually be a pretty bad target. You know, because if you think about how You think about how, like, I don't know, oil prices in Tesla, like, countries that don't want that to happen. I miss Boosted Boy videos. What's the weather like in SF? It's like 50 degrees, 60 degrees right now. It's not windy. Today was nice. Okay, so like, why Tesla could be a big target? Because of their technology. And if you look at, I don't know. I'm thinking Tesla could be a big target because, like, look at countries like Russia, right? They don't care anything about global warming because they benefit from global warming. Because the more the world warms up, the more land Russia has, right? So Russia doesn't care anything about EVs because they have tons of natural gas. They have tons of natural resources, right? So you have a country like Russia, like, maybe they don't want Tesla to succeed because if Tesla succeeds, that means that the thing that they have so much of, people are not gonna want it in the future. If they have so much oil, but in the future, years down the road, people aren't gonna want that. And then Tesla, why I said that would be a target, because they're the biggest ones with this technology right now. And to stop Tesla, what do you need? You just have to end them, and then who else is gonna step up to the plate and take over them? Like, Tesla basically has a monopoly on the EV market. Of course, there's other EV companies in the world that can compete with them, but not on the level that Tesla. You get rid of Tesla, you basically you almost kill EVs, you know, because they're innovating the most. I mean, these other EV companies are not innovating, yo. They're making Chevy. They have a car, but they're not innovating, you know. 7 people were cited with a $1,000 ticket violating the stay-at-home order. I mean, I see the police all the time in the city, and they wave at me, they smile at me, but they probably think I'm probably doing deliveries, and that's what I'm doing. What's your channel about? I'm scrolling through. I just make random videos. I like to travel, but I'm stuck in America. I'm trying to do 100 countries, and I'm like 65 countries right now. Life could be worse, but you know, it's not so bad. In Santa Cruz. Peace out. Thanks for answering my questions. All right, peace out, NBA fan. 3 new EV cars every year. Where's your mask? I don't have a mask. I just wear like a scarf that I converted from my old pair of underwear. Because I couldn't find a scarf for sale in the city because all the stores are closed. And then Target didn't have any scarves. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here because I'm gonna end this stream. I'm gonna go outside and like smoke a blunt, and then I'm probably gonna drink a bunch of water, and then I'm probably gonna edit a video, and then I'm probably gonna go play with my hair for a little bit longer, and then I'm probably gonna do some other stuff. But anyway, I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. I love all of y'all. Y'all are all beautiful people. You're amazing. The world we live in it's amazing. It's jacked up right now, but it's amazing. But anyway, I'm out. I love all of y'all. This live stream was lit. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. I love all of y'all. Bike videos, Jay. I'll make another bike video. I'll do a bike video tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll come out with a bike review video. Talking about my bike as a carrier. And tips and tricks of using my bike as a carrier. But anyway, I'm out. Bye.